There's people who are calling me this week who just found out about it for the first time after Sean Combs was sued.
New lawsuit against
There's kin who are calling me this week who just learned about it, interestingly, after Sean Combs was sued. New claim against Sean Diddy comes bringing a few serious cases against the music big shot in a surprising improvement in the unfurling show, encompassing Sean Diddy Combs and Ceci's claim Roger Securities, Diddy's previous head of safety, has ended his quietness. Securities, who was named in the claim, has approached with an obscure, yet telling post on Instagram, revealing insight into his viewpoint of the occasions he saw during his with Diddy. Better believe it. And yet we've additionally heard that there's some mysterious claim happening in New York City, as it connects with Diddy. Roger Securities, a vital figure in this adventure, because of his closeness to the occasions being referred to, took to Instagram with a message that was both perplexing and uncovering. Securities, who had worked with Diddy for a really long time, including the period when Diddy was dating Cassie, was conscious of the internal operations of their relationship. His post thusly conveys huge weight. He expressed, "This isn't intended to be dangers or squealing, or any such thing against Cassie or Diddy, or any other individual. This is me telling my reality, as I genuinely recall it, for two reasons." Just he highlights his inspirations by referring to his family, especially his girls first. "Since I have 4 girls, so on all fellows my reality is I seen it, saw it, and was associated with it for a really long time." Securities post, joined by photographs of him with both Diddy and Cassie, indicates a firmly established information on the episodes being referred to. He proceeds to say, "Unwilling to tell my reality, in light of the fact that for such countless years I hushed up. Pretty much nothing has any significance now, except for family. The consideration of a screen capture from the claim where Securities is named as an observer to a particular 2009 occurrence further strengthens the gravity of his disclosures." Cassie had claimed that Diddy attacked her subsequent to learning she was conversing with one more music supervisor at a club in an occurrence where Security supposedly attempted to intercede that he controlled each part of her life. He is blamed for regularly beating her and would conceal her in lodgings for a really long time until the swelling and indications of misuse were gone. Security proclamations, however enigmatic, recommend a status to share his rendition of the occasions. The equivocalness of his post leaves open whether or not he verifies Ceci's record or offers an alternate story. His emphasis on telling his reality, as I genuinely recollect it, demonstrates an individual record that might actually move public view of the whole case anyway. The intricacy of the circumstance is elevated by Security's obvious hesitance to completely unveil his record at this stage. His erased Instagram posts, the idea of his enigmatic messages, and the absence of lucidity on his position add layers of interest and secret to the continuous account. Securities, a figure who has seen the connection among Diddy and Cassie, now arises as a possibly crucial person in unwinding reality behind the charge. This new aspect in the story, delivered by Roger Securities, adds one more layer to the generally convoluted and high-stake adventure, including one of the music business most unmistakable figures and his previous accomplice as the general population anticipates further exposures. Securities disclosures or scarcity in that department stay a point of convergence of extraordinary hypothesis and premium. I imagine that it's all there is to. It's essential to be as a craftsman engaging to others, yet to truly recount your story so they can get to know who you truly are in a stunning heightening of the adventure. Cassie, Diddy's ex-accomplice, has hurled condemning allegations against the music tycoon, illustrating a very long-term difficulty of misuse and control. The subtleties rising up out of a claim documented in Manhattan, as announced by the New York Times, are nerve-wracking and lay out an upsetting representation of the connection between the two. No, I feel like in additional connections than not. It was a common choice, right? And while possibly not then, it was like, I was that way. Stunned Cassie asserts that the maltreatment started not long after their underlying experience in 2005, When she was only 19 and Diddy was 36, she depicts an example of control and misuse, incorporating being utilized with substances, beaten and constrained into having intercourse with male sex laborers. While Diddy shot the experiences, the claim subtleties these occurrences as Diddy's oddity offs, including elaborate ensembles, and occurring in different top of the line areas. Ceci's record of being provided with substances to disassociate during these occasions adds a layer of loathsomeness to the story. The claim uncovers a supposed episode in 2016 at a Los Angeles inn where Diddy purportedly tipsy punched Cassie, giving her a bruised eye. The fallout, as portrayed in a suit, included Diddy tossing glass faces at Cassie, with the in-surveillance cameras catching the episode and Diddy, consequently, paying $50,000 for the recording. So she guarantees she attempted to leave a few times, yet Diddy would constantly send his group to find her, track her down, bring her back under the premise that her profession would be destroyed in the event that she left. Ceci's allegations stretch out past actual maltreatment. She guarantees Diddy applied command over her vocation. After she endorsed with terrible kid records, with admittance to her own clinical records, and furnishing her with substances, the misfortune expresses that the outcomes from an X-ray check, perhaps connected with cognitive decline from substance use, or a beating by Diddy, were sent straightforwardly to him. An especially stunning case in the claim is the claim that Diddy was answerable for exploding Kid Q's vehicle. Cassie proposes that Diddy's resentment regarding her relationship with the rapper prompted the brutal demonstration, a case supported by youngster Sweetie, through a representative expressing this is all evident of the recording then. At that point, expresses not long after Diddy's statement Kid C's vehicle truly exploded, and Kid C affirmed it. Ceci's depiction of the relationship uncovers an upsetting dynamic of viciousness and compulsion. She portrays an occurrence in 2009 where Diddy became rankled, driving her into a vehicle and kicking her in the face, prompting her being segregated in a lodging to recover her depiction of feeling unfit to express no to Diddy, dreading for her profession in life, highlights the supposed seriousness of the maltreatment. In one of the most frightening allegations, Cassie claims that towards the termination of their friendship in 2018, Diddy constrained his direction into her home, and serious a grave infringement against her. This case, part of a bigger story of misuse and control, delineates the profundity of the supposed injury Cassie persevered through. She guaranteed when she attempted to leave Diddy in 2017. He constrained himself into her loft, and at Jesus Christ Ceci's choice to bring the suit under the Grown-Up Survivors Act, a New York regulation that permits recording of common suits after the legal time limit has lapsed, is characteristic of her purpose to take a stand in opposition to the supposed maltreatment, as would be natural for her after years peacefully and haziness. I'm at last prepared to recount my story and to shout out for myself and to serve different ladies who face savagery and maltreatment. In their connections, the claim names Diddy and a few of his related organizations as litigants looking for vague harms. This legitimate move by Cassie, delivering a reiteration of serious allegations, cast a new and upsetting light on the connection between the music symbol and his previous accomplice, adding a profoundly upsetting aspect to the unfurling story, as the adventure, including should Diddy Combs and Ceci's hazardous claim, unfurls. Diddy's camp has rushed to counter the charges in a sensational new development. Simply a day after Cassie recorded her maltreatment, claim a repayment was arrived at. The provisions of this arrangement, covered in mystery, have been a subject of extraordinary hypothesis. Diddy's lawyer Ben Brofman expressed vehemently to make sure we're clear a choice to settle a claim, particularly in 2023, is not the slightest bit a confirmation of bad behavior. This assertion, conveyed to page 6, highlight Diddy's unflinching refusal of the cases made against him. The vast goal of the claim prompted a joint explanation from Cassie and Diddy. Cassie communicated her craving to control the story, expressing I have chosen to determine this matter genially, on conditions that I have some degree of control. Diddy repeated this opinion of congeniality, wanting Cassie and her family to enjoy all that life has to offer love. In spite of these cheerful comments, the shadows of the charges actually pose a potential threat over the circumstance the fight in court. Quick End didn't stop the contention. Encompassing Diddy, the music versatile, ended up entangled in a third claim, further confusing his circumstance. As per Drifter, Diddy was blamed for driving two ladies into sexual demonstrations once again in the mid-1990s, the claim including vocalist Aaron Lobby. Two portrays pressure and misuse, and hip jump magnate Diddy comes as confronting one more claim over Sewell attack charges the offended party recognized exclusively as Jane Doe asserted a frightening situation where Diddy in Corridor exposed her and a companion to serious sexual wrongdoing. The grievance states Combs pressured her into sex in Corridor, constrained her to have intercourse. With him, the power of these claims is enhanced by the case that Diddy stressed over the repercussions, later gagged Jane Doe to the point